Patreon member shout out. If all of the queens had their kings on the throne, we would pop champagne and raise a toast to all of the queens who are fighting alone. Baby, you're not dancing on your own. Hey guys, how's it going? It is I, the real Randy Chavez. I'm coming at you today with a Veve OMI update video. Guys, if you're new, welcome. If you're not, welcome back. I love you all. Everyone say hello to Dashi. Hello, Dashi. So there is a couple things to go over. We had 3 different podcasts yesterday or today, depending on when you are watching this. One of which was with Arya Realty, going over a whole bunch of different things on Earth 2. Arya Investments had gone on and said that there is about 111 or 121 million essence that is currently mined. Currently, we have no way of looking at how much essence on Earth 2 is burned. That is their crypto that we should be going on an exchange in Q3. Said Shane's last thing, as per Shane's last video. And in Q3, even if it does, in tech, we do have delays, even if it does take until Q4, that would still mean that we get on it, and essence does go to, even at 10 cents, which is very, very, very extraordinarily low. That is only a market cap of only $10 million. So at $1, which seems a little bit more reasonable, would be about $121 million market cap. Take that with OMI. OMI currently does not have a use case right now. Currently, it is the only thing. It does underpin the app a little bit, and obviously it will moon in the future because there will be tons of utility. In the future, it looks like OMI will have a little bit more utility than Essence, but at first, it looks like Essence from Earth 2 should moon a little bit harder just because whatever it comes out as, you just take a look at the market cap. If it were to match OMI, let's say about $1 billion, then it would be a $10 OMI, give or take. That would put it at about 1.1 or about 1.2 billion, which again, I think is fairly reasonable considering that it does have a use case right now. You are able to go and put it on your land. You are able to go and, get resources with it, or at least you will once that does come out, once that gameplay comes out by the end of the year. Might not be a bad idea to see how you can get that. Again, go follow Arya Investments channel as well. And on top of that, we do have a couple more things going for OMI. My second podcast of the day was with Hello K at Surprise Cat over on Twitter. Really great dude, really awesome, incredibly intelligent. Didn't realize that I've never actually spoken to him directly via stream. We've been on other streams before, like holiday stuff or Komi, content creators things. I thought you had to go to college to be a software engineer. He is self-taught, which is typically infinitely harder. But again, if he knows how he learns, then obviously that's a different type of way of learning, as it's like a video game where, a video game doesn't let you pass a certain level unless you're good at that certain level. People that self-teach themselves generally are people that can skip ahead and go faster than which other people would normally do at school. So again, he's very good at what he does. I think we're about the same age, both like trading card stuff back in the day, both really got into Tesla, both really got into Akomi. I really was excited to hear him say, not really any of the negative stuff, but really just explain the reasons behind a lot of delays. I got to hear him listen to saying that, oh, hey, he's still buying, he's still bullish. A lot of the collectibles that he's buying as well, such as Donald and Daisy Duck. But some of the big takeaways I have that he did kind of let it slip, or maybe it was confirmed, but not by him, it was confirmed by somebody else, that the Veveverse will be on the Unity engine. He does kind of subscribe to the idea that there's a company that maybe is not Veve or Akomi that will be building their metaverse. Again, we don't know who. We don't know who's building the Veveverse, but it will be done on the Unity engine. He does subscribe to the same ideas that I do, that the next two exchanges for OMI will be relatively small. And he does have a theory on why they have delayed it so much, is that it would be pretty demoralizing to the community if suddenly OMI gets on a major exchange like a Coinbase or a Binance, have connections with both, and if it goes up, let's say, like 4 or 5x, goes up to 1.5 cents, give or take, and then it comes right back down because it has next to no utility. He believes that they are going to wait to roll out full utility before they get on there. I, however, don't believe that. I think that we will roll out some utility, a little bit here, a little bit there. It doesn't have to all be at once in the next year or so, is what he believes. If it does do that, cool, fine. We'll be down here. We'll burn a lot of OMI while we're down there. But I think the most probable answer, and again, he can correct me on this, Hello K, comment down below if this is wrong, that we will get some form of staking first, and then we will get maybe, OMI to raffle, being able to take this OMI, bid on a raffle, decide to bet how much you want, $50, a couple of $100 worth of OMI, do that on select things, again, get a little bit utility here, a little bit there, and then in the future, not only can you bet OMI, maybe you would have OMI to NFT, maybe you'd have OMI to land in the Veveverse, OMI to pretty much everything. And of course, obviously, you can have OMI on Immutable X. A lot of people have already bought stuff on Immutable X there. Most people are just holding. They're hodling their OMI. They're not spending it. One of the things that I do fear might be a little bit slow to take off is that people are just going to hodl their OMI. They're not going to want to spend it. But again, how many people that is, I don't know. I've never done an official poll on it. He is very bullish on HRO. That is the company that has the DC trading cards, and basically, and they are on Immutable X. But this person, who again really didn't invest in anything since Tesla, who is not all in on Akomi, not all in on it, but pretty heavy into it. It took him a year to find another project that he thought was worthy. He has skipped over everything on Atomic Hub or Wax, skipped over Recur, skipped over pretty much everything else except for this one. HRO is one thing that, and the way he described it, a lot of things, they're kind of ahead of Akomi. They have OMI to NFT, or they have a use case for it. It doesn't have to be OMI. They have crypto to NFT. They have physical stuff that pairs with that. They have trades where if you have one really cool card, you can trade it for 3 not so cool cards. They have something like that, something that I've been wishing for Akomi to do. And again, I know they're busy. They'll get that at some point. One of the other things that he had mentioned outside of those was the Caloscope. He did give a couple of updates on that, kind of forgetting what they were right now. That will be, I think we'll hear more on that in the future. He did say that Epico Regal has a partnership coming out with Akomi over in the next couple of weeks. They will announce that mid-April, I believe, second week in April. Venkatesh has tweeted about that before. He did not say that. I thought that when Akomi said, hey, we're going to have a video for next week, I thought that was them going to announce it as well. He said, nah, it could be that. It could not be that. The reason why we didn't have Epico Regal in the first place a few months ago was just because there was something in the marketplace that they couldn't do, or it was a little buggy, so they had to delay it a couple months. Again, that's pretty much typical for all of tech. And the kind of the last, but certainly not least, the things that we have here as far as price prediction. I asked him if when he made that original 1 to 2 cent price prediction for OMI, did he expect delays? And he said yes. That is obviously if everything were to work out perfectly and there was no bugs, no anything, it would be higher. But this is what he expected. That's why he gave that price prediction. I did kind of push back a little bit at the end, saying, okay, well, if we have he still thinks it will be between 1 to 2 cents for the next year, and that is if we did get at least some, or at least partially full utility. He thinks because we are a little top heavy, because there are a lot of people, and I do kind of agree with him with this, is that I'm in a whale group where I have the third least amount of OMI. I have 130.1 million OMI. There's a bunch of people that have several hundred million or billions of OMI, not including a couple of the people that were with the project when it started that are no longer associated with it, that may or may not want to do that harm. Either way, I do believe that at the end of the day, you do have to look at market cap, and they could only keep OMI down for so long. There's going to be a bigger market cap, more than which there's going to be more demand than supply at some point in the future that I believe will rocket us. But that being said, let's say he is right and we do stay between 1 and 2 cents for the next year. Well, if that would be, let's say, a 5x from here, because we're about 0.0034, so that would put us about 1.5, 1.6 cents. So let's say that is right. We are 5x from where we are right now, so we're burning only 20% of where we are currently. If we're not growing at all, we would still be burning on average about 200 million OMI per week from the circulating supply at that point, again, towards the end of the year. But 200 million OMI per week, again, is not a ton compared to what we're used to. Like when we had Pixar, we burned over 1 billion OMI on that Pixar drop. Tomorrow, or today rather, depending on when you're looking at it, these Disney Golden Moments will have about over 900 million OMI burnt just on the drop. They will raise $3 million, and they'll have over 900 million OMI burnt just on the drop, not including the secondhand marketplaces and all that. But again, getting back to what Kay said in his price prediction, if we were not to grow at all, we would still be burning about 200 million OMI every every week, and that eventually would be able to retract from the circulating supply. But obviously we're going to grow, figuring even if we only get about 4x of where we are right now, let's say over 10 million people by the end of the year, and we're at about 1.5, again, between that 1 and 2% range, then you're looking at about 800 million OMI per week, which again is pretty good. It's about 3.2 billion per month for every 4 weeks. So if we were to keep that up for a year, that'd be about 40 billion OMI that we would burn in one calendar year from the circulating supply. But again, that is just from the app. That's not including from the Veveverse, land to OMI and all that, or OMI to land. So and other use cases, other companies that Hill Patterson, that VV Vision, and HelloK have hypothesized that we are getting at least one, if not two companies, which again, I think we kind of already have one. We do have Brock McBlockchain and his fiches. He has accepted OMI for that. Again, I'm not sure if he does currently. If anyone wants to buy into my older Pokemon cards that maybe aren't graded, I'll gladly accept OMI for that. People have made offers for Dashi and my fridge. The fridge I'm more open to. Dashi, I don't think I could unless it's for a really large amount of money, and Dashi knows why. So again, if that were to happen, if he was correct, then we burn, let's say 40 billion from the circulating supply. We would be at, again, in one calendar year, or let's say 2 calendar years from now, but 1 calendar year away from the end of the year, which is what he thinks, it would be at about 272 billion OMI in the circulating supply. Well, if we are at let's say a $1 market cap, which I'm not saying we're going to get that in 2 years, but let's do some math here real quick. But in 2 years, we would be a $272 billion market cap, which again is pretty high. 2 years from now, it might not be, but let's divide that by 10. Let's say we're only a $27 billion market cap by 2024 after the next Bitcoin halving. That is still 10 cents. Again, really not that bad in the next 2 years. I digress. A more likely scenario, I think, is us to go a little bit higher, to burn a little bit less OMI, and that way we would maybe get about 3 to 5 cents by the end of the year if we go and we have some utility, not full utility, some utility rolled out, if we have the Veveverse rolled out. And again, I do expect that to roll out just because it does seem to make some poetic sense, and it does seem to have the consensus that Veve by themselves are not developing the Veveverse. It seems like some other major company might be, I would imagine. I don't think it's something that it would be a smaller company. I do think it would be someone really big. And anyway, that's it. Just to kind of reiterate, if I did have more money, it would go into OMI. If you look historically at other companies, like let's just say Ford, Chrysler, and Tesla, Ford and Chrysler had so much money. They had so much marketing budget. They had so much, some good debt, a lot of bad debt, but they had a lot of money that they knew what to do with. They had thousands of engineers. What happened? Major companies in general are not that good at innovation and revolutions. But what do you have? You have smaller companies with a really focused, a focused group that are willing to make sacrifices, willing to take risks. It happened with Tesla. It is currently happening with Akomi, even though a lot of people can't see it right now because they see a lot of red in their account, a lot of short-term vicissitudes. Either way, like I said, I'm still bullish. And you take a look at HelloK, there's a lot of really smart people that are really bullish into this, that are not selling. Just saying, follow the intelligence. Again, I'm not saying that I'm one of them, but follow other people that are. Either way, that's it for me. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Comments are good for the YouTube algorithm. Everyone say bye-bye to Dashi. Bye-bye, Dashi. And everyone please check out at HeyDavidDon, at KingMavsForever over on the Twitter. Stand Up Chart and King Mavs over on the Veve app. ChaviCat5 as well. Kobe Collection, OMI Player 1 over on the YouTube. RayTax.eth domain. Kyle Willson, Wendy Stibalis, Puddin' Cheeks, Veve Las Vegas, Taps Trades, Mars Davis, Legacy Bermuda, Sony Pop Media, The Gale, Veve Darklink, and Veve Vibes all on the YouTube, and at What Wizard Veve, and Gary O at 1234C83 on the Twitter. I love you all. Goodbye. Meow, 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 meow.